Guys, I think it would be easy for some to assume that a coach here at TRADEway has just always known how to trade or had some inherent gift or it came from getting a securities license or anything like that. And the reality is none of that is true when it comes to trading for me. I have had to learn the skill set. This is why I know it is a learnable skill set, step by step, piece by piece. Something I've done, something you can do, something I believe anybody can do. I've made plenty of mistakes. I tell our students this all the time, right? We don't pretend. It is a journey that we have been on together. But instead of just being bewildered or feeling bad about the mistakes or the things that went wrong, I have learned from them, right? Me and one of the other coaches here at TRADEway like to say, you can just learn from our mistakes. You don't have to learn from your own. That's a good thing. So today I'm sharing 3 of the biggest mistakes that I made when I started trading so that you don't have to make those mistakes. When I first started, I thought I'm doing all the right things, right? I want to make some money. I just want to get in there. Oh, but some of my trades just didn't work. A trade might be going well, but then it would turn against me. And some of you guys have thought of this. If you've traded, you've had this happen. If you've never traded, maybe the reason you've never traded is because you don't want that to happen to you, right? I don't want trades to go against me. I mean, I can't control it. Isn't it just gambling? It can be overwhelming to have those profits go in your direction. You're making money pushing buttons. It's the most amazing thing. And then you see it going the other way. How do I process that? That is why I love teaching the Unlock the Stock Market Challenge. We do a 5-day challenge here at TRADEway. I get to meet all kinds of new students and I can show them the mistakes that I've made so that they don't have to make them. The end of day 1, even on our stock market challenge, our students begin to finally understand, for some who've already been trading, why it hasn't been clicking for them, right? We don't know what we don't know. We say that around here a lot. So let's know what we don't know so we can go where we couldn't go. That happens in the stock market challenge. And I love that because I want to see people move forward to getting consistent results. Once we know why that hasn't been happening, then we can move forward. That happens in the challenge all the time. If you've taken the 5-day Unlock the Stock Market Challenge, you know exactly what I mean. And if you're not yet registered for the challenge, stick around because I'm going to talk about some things that you need to know, and we're going to give you even more understanding in that challenge. And this is where things really unlock for students, which is why we call it the Unlock the Stock Market Challenge. We want to know exactly what we're supposed to be doing over time, and that is something we're going to cover. So one of the mistakes traders make, it's not one of the 3 I'm going to talk about, is that they don't invest in themselves. You want to be able to do this? Invest in yourself. Warren Buffett says an investment in yourself always pays the best interest. I think he knows a thing or two about investing. But what are those 3 things? The 3 mistakes that I made. Number 1, too much time watching the market. Trading is exciting. The potential of trading, especially once you start learning a real skill set. Trading is a real learnable skill set. We talk about that in the challenge. Now, when you get into that excitement, one of the temptations is to spend a ton of time staring at the market. This actually isn't good for the trader, gets us emotional, and it's not necessary, right? A lot of us don't have the time to do that anyway. So, the little bit of time we have, if we feel like we need to be staring at the stock market as though somehow that's going to make us better traders, it's not. And it really just comes from a place of excitement. I understand that because I have been there. One thing we will teach folks is we're actually going to spend less time in front of the market. Okay. We want to spend quality time in the market. We want to spend quality time learning, but we don't need to sit and stare at the stock market. There's no need for that. And that's a good thing. Less emotional, more effective, and it saves us time. Okay. Number 2, you're making it too complex. I did this. Okay. And Wall Street, by the way, online resources, right? Just random stuff online. They like to make trading super complex. you need to do this thing and you need to do that and you need to add this indicator and you need all these time frames and you need to have 14 screens in front of you when you're trading, and you probably have to have a securities license or a business background or an internship at a Wall Street bank. And no, none of this is true. In 2025, guys, the tools that we have available to us to learn and to execute in the stock market is simpler, more accessible than ever. The key here is that you know how to keep it simple. Also, something we cover in our challenge, right? It takes a little bit more time, but it's very important that we don't allow Wall Street to overcomplicate it. Why would they want to overcomplicate it for us? This is an important question to ask. I felt this because then we think we have to have them. If it's super, super complicated, then I guess I can't do it. Somebody else has to do it for me, right? This means we, Main Street, are dependent on them, Wall Street. Pretty good deal for them, not so much for us. The truth, however, is that it's not as complicated as we think, and we don't want to allow them or potentially other traders to make us think that it has to be super, super complicated. This has not been my experience, but I definitely made that mistake. Because I've made that mistake, you don't have to. Number 3, emotions, right? The role of emotions in trading. One of the biggest mistakes I've made is letting fear and excitement, euphoria, some might even say greed, guide the decisions that I've made. Listen, have you ever known how to do something? Like, you know how to do it, but then you did something that was opposite to that. Okay, if you're a human being listening to me today, probably we're in the same boat. We've all had that experience. There's a great book that says if how-tos were enough, we'd all be skinny, rich, and happy. And that is to say that just knowing something, okay, information, without correct application is not enough. And for traders, the emotions of fear, fear of loss, fear of missing out, the emotions of euphoria. Oh, I am so good at this. This is easiest money I've ever made in my life. I'm going to just go do it again. Those are the kinds of things that can actually hijack traders from doing the thing that they know they should be doing. I like to say it this way: good root system, good fruit system. We focus on the root system, getting healthy roots, healthy habits, learning a system, being in a community, having support, having accountability. All these factors, these are very, very good and very common for us over here at TRADEway. We have a community that facilitates all of these things because we know what it takes for traders to grow. I always tell people, if you plant yourself in conditions that are meant for growth, then growth is natural. Lots of people try to learn lots of things in the wrong conditions, but I like to say we don't try to grow tomatoes in the closet. That's not where it belongs. It belongs in the garden. We plant tomatoes in the garden. Why should you and I be any different? That's one of the mistakes I made. When these emotions come up, they can drive the trading decisions. What we teach here at TRADEway is how to keep those decisions, those emotions in check by using a system, using the community around us to support us, so that when we know how to do something, we do the thing we know how to do. That is three. There are more of the major mistakes, not only that I have made, but that traders who are new to the markets tend to make as well. In our 5-day Unlock the Stock Market Challenge, you will learn more about how to safely avoid these mistakes and more, so that you can unlock the power of the stock market. You can learn what trading really is. By the way, it's not what Wall Street says. Trading really is a learnable skill set. So come join us, 5 days, 10 hours of coaching, so that you can see what trading really is for yourself, make an informed decision, and have the power unlocked for you to move towards your greatest financial goals. You can sign up right now at tradeway.com/challenge.